Oh dear. You love an in-house because there's just something always clowny that happens.
Well, thanks Dreckham for saying let me know if I'm needed. We appreciate the snakes. So he's, you know, a regular.
Flag of Old Green Magoo.
Yeah, just kind of Pepe. So, Ole sent me something in the general chat about the, you know, my overlay extension program that works on my Twitch channel so that you can cursor over things and then you can use that to see what abilities do, as if you're actually in Dota. So it's great for spectators or people watching my Twitch. But apparently it swaps between a couple of icons, and when it's on one icon it works, and when it doesn't work. But I don't know what those icons are because I'm never looking at my own stream, so I don't know what it looks like.
I do see them sometimes. I don't know if it's on your server, but on your channel even, but I see it definitely on other Twitch channels. The mouse and the eye.
I'm gonna see what it looks like.
I can't remember what they mean though.
Well, I'll have a look myself at some point. But anyway. This is completely normal Captain's Mode Dota, so those previously banned 23 heroes are now completely available for everyone to play, and they can pick whoever they want, whenever they want, which means they're going to have to now do some bans, and they immediately banned Spectre. I don't know if it was a respect ban, although Royce is on a dire team. They just immediately got rid of that hero.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
At least JCA's wish of having at least one mid player on the team has happened, because Ross plays mid and Rollinator plays mid.
Yeah, so... Royds can play mid. I mean, most high divine players have some experience playing mid. That's a lot of cores being banned quite quickly. Darkseer, Spectre, and Medusa in phase 1. So cores, they are gone. Only AA support being banned, and AA was picked last game. Kinder did a lot of work on the hero. Even though he missed quite a few of his ice blasts, he got a lot of good cold feats in. And that maybe makes up for it. First pick is going to be Hoodwink. I think a good Hoodwink is absolutely terrifying.
Oh yeah, definitely. The bushwhack can be very annoying.
That ability is just insane. You throw down this very long range, or it seems very long range, AoE stun. I know it does require a tree, but he can combo into it himself. If you've got quick fingers, you can try and destroy the tree with a Quelling Blade or a Tango. And that's a good way to get out of the stun. And we Rollinator
Pango!
He gets his hand on the Pangolier. I don't know if that's intentional that they let it go through. They banned Darkseer instead, which is a bit of an unusual ban. For the first phase anyway. I know the hero is quite popular at the moment. This draft is a lot quick. We get Grimstroke Pango. Now if that's a lane combo, I'd be quite scared if I was a Radiant. Especially when you've got someone as good as Rollinator playing Pangolier. We'll have to see. I'm a big fan of that combo anyway. And also Grimstroke is a good counter to Pango. So not only does it synergize with Pango, but now the Radiant can't use it to counter him.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Radiant are going to struggle a little bit now. But we'll see, we're only 2 picks in. And a good Hoodwink can do a lot of work, so...
And especially with somebody who plays Hoodwink a lot, probably knows the limits that a Hoodwink can do, and how much damage that she can do depending on like the builds and stuff, so...
It's just another one of those annoying heroes like Treant Protector. Treant can just walk through the trees, Hoodwink can just scurry through the trees. It's very hard to catch heroes who have tree walking, which is why I don't like it being commonplace. Spectre can go through trees, but that's sort of Spectre's thing, the ability to go through whatever.
5 seconds
and Lion! Probably because he has 2 disables, probably.
Yeah, 2 disables is good. I think Lion's still a popular hero at the moment. Finger of Death is annoying to deal with, getting killed in the early game.
Yeah, and if Dire got Lion to combo with Grim, it's a very good combination.
That's true. You've got double stun and you've got double hex,
finger.
Double finger. Yeah, you've got double everything, double mana drain. I mean, all of Lion's spells are targeted.
Unreal.
So he could just press every single spell on both targets. And I think his Ag Shard lets him drain more than one target at once.
Yep.
So if that propagates to both targets, you could double drain them and just suck all of their mana away.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Like 1,000 mana taken from both targets.
Unreal.
And he's BKB'd while doing it, thanks to his shard. But anyway,
Indeed.
I think Mana Drain Grimstroke is maybe not the strongest combo. His Finger of Death and Stun is more deadly. Anyway, they ban a lot of heroes that were in the last game. Puck is banned, Doom is banned. Mars being banned because he was in the banned list of heroes, and he's being banned again. Tim likes to play Mars quite often, so makes sense we see that banned. We don't see a lot of Bloodseeker these days. Ollie played it quite a lot, and that's where it was mostly being played. But I'd like to see who ends up playing Bloodseeker. This time we've gone for Axe. Strong here at the moment. Also goes quite well with Grimstroke. Just inks while the Axe let him blink him.
Yep.
That's deadly. There's Axe Carry. Is still quite meta. I know they nerfed the Agnum Shard a little bit, but he can still get Blink, Manta style, and the Ag Shard and just start right-clicking you to death.
5 seconds remaining.
It's quite scary to play against that Axe. Have to see what comes next. However, if Axe gets hit by Hoodwink, you know, Hoodwink's ultimate, I keep forgetting what it's called, Sharpshooter, that's the one. It's got a break, quite a long break, and that stops Axe doing any spin. Counter heal it's completely disabled. Lich.
Okay.
Radiant's team draft seem a little bit more random. I guess if you rupture someone, and then you cast a Chain Frost on them, they can't really run away because they're ruptured. So there's a little bit of synergy there.
Yeah, or maybe like Bushwhack 2 targets into
Chain Frost.
Chain
Yeah.
Frost.
You're grouping them up, and it's quite a long stun. And then after they're stunned, they're going to have to try and split up. So those supports actually do quite well together.
I was thinking that TA might be picked because Ross has said he predicts it might be picked. But I'm just thinking, who are the TA players if a TA is picked?
Well, you were spot on. You were on the money, Karen, with that prediction. There's the TA. Still 2 Radiant heroes to go, which means they could go Scummy and go Viper. They can't go Viper because Viper was actually banned, which meant that they were thinking about TA.
Is it Kinder TA? Because he has been playing TA in pubs.
Could be.
But I know that Rollinator likes to play mid.
Well, it could be Rollinator TA and someone else is on the Pangolier, but
unless it's what they do from the pro games and TA POS 1.
I've never been a fan of TA POS 1. The pros must know more than I do. TA is quite a strong lane hero, but I feel like doesn't really work that well as a core because she falls off a bit in the late game. But maybe not as hard as people think. She still has a lot of free damage and a massive amount of minus armor. But she's not very mobile. She relies almost solely on the Blink Dagger and slowing people with the traps. TA still made loads of pro games. Okay.
She is sort of quite mobile if she has her Ags because she can just TP everywhere. So she can be in a lot of places quite fast.
That's true. The Ags definitely allows you to basically just be wherever you feel like the whole time. And that's pretty cool. But that does require you to buy Ags to become mobile. Some heroes are just mobile as they are. You know, cores with abilities to go invis, to increase their move speed, to dash in, link around. TA doesn't really come with that. Now, that's probably a Tim pick. Tim loves Underlord. Underlord works quite well against this heroes. You can root Templar Assassin in place and burn all of their refraction charges. You can root the Pangolier in place. You can do high percentage damage to Axe. You're quite tanky, not easy to be brought down by any of the dire heroes. So you've got to be a little bit careful with TA. Because Underlord's base armor is not great. Most strength heroes don't come with a lot of base armor. They usually have to build it through items. Maybe phase boots or... Not sure what you build. You get a bit of armor from mech, but not a ton.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, we've got 1 hero left to pick for each team. I feel like Templar Assassin's probably mid, so Dire are waiting just for a core. Whereas on the Radiant, is it going to be Bloodseeker POS 1 or is it going to be a POS 3? I would say POS 3 Bloodseeker, so both teams are waiting on a POS 1.
POS 3 Bloodseeker, but then where's the Underlord?
Ah, good point. Mid Bloodseeker, mid Bloodseeker.
Alright.
Or it could be POS 1 Bloodseeker and they're waiting for a mid hero. Let's see what the Dire predict. Because I don't want to see another Dragon Knight. No. I mean, Dragon Knight, it did okay. It did fine. But there are times for Dragon Knight, and I don't feel like that's the time for Radiant to pick it up. They need more damage. You know, they've got Disable, they need damage now. Lifesteal being banned and Jug, things that make Underlord's laning stage hard to deal with. Heroes you can go Magic Immune. On Dire, maybe a bit more Disable, but they've got Pangler, Grimstroke and Axe. They do have quite a lot of Disable. I think someone with a little bit more sort of assassin-y powers. But they need a POS 1. I don't feel like it's going to be Templar POS 1 and mid Dragon Knight. I feel like it's going to be Templar mid and you pick a POS 1 who can get into the fight quickly. But I'm trying to think what hero that might be. Of course, this is just my ideas for drafting. It might not be anything like what they're thinking. JCA drafting again though. It's nice to see him pick up the reins.
Probably because nobody else wanted it.
Maybe. And the last pick, Pudge. Okay.
Is it a Wrath Pudge?
Now that is a hero I am happy with, because if you hit Grimstroke, Axe or Templar, they are dead. I mean, Axe can maybe call and try and run away. If you hook Templar, you rot her to death, you pop Dismember, you can take Templar down very quickly.
10 seconds
Conversely though, Pudge has very, very low armor and agi gain, and you can die in just a few hits to the TAs. You've got to be careful.
I'm pretty sure that when Ross has played Pudge though, it's never really worked out, I think.
No, he's had some good Pudge games too. And they go with Ursa again. Now last time it was Rollinator playing Ursa. This time you've got the Roids TA, Rollinator Pango, Vlad on the Ursa. You've got Ross Pudge, of course, and Tim Underlord.
Name a more iconic duo, honestly. Ross and Pudge, Tim and Mars, Tim Underlord.
Tim Underlord, and you've got Rollinator Pango, of course.
Pango, yeah.
Interesting to see what Ed is able to do on Hoodwink, because I think that hero can be very irritating to deal with. A good Hoodwink player, I feel like, has more impact than most supports do. This feels like a hero which is still a lot stronger than people realize, but we don't have a lot of dedicated Hoodwink players. So
yeah. Well, he sort of made a name for himself when he joined the server, and I was like, oh, I remember him because he played Hoodwink, and he's sort of
Ross Jakiro. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Jakiros.
Ollie Kunka.
Ollie Kunkas, yeah.
That.
We used to have, Kunka was banned last phase nearly every single game that Ollie was in it for a time. Ollie playing quite a lot of Kunka, which was his best hero.
It caused it to be banned and stuff, though. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, a lot of times. Royce is going mid-TA, but starting with a Blightstone. I know Blightstone removes some armor, but I've never seen a TA mid go Blightstone. Usually just trying to get some more right-click damage to last it with. You've not played Akiro in 16 days. A long time. So Radiant and Dar both split up this time. Doesn't look like we're going to get any 5-man fancy smoke or anything like that. The Radiant have already put a ward there, so they're pinging the Ursa. They know he's there.
30 seconds to battle.
Looks like each team will be avoiding each other.
We've got Rollinator playing support Pango.
Okay.
Orb of Venom, rushing Orb of Corrosion. I know support Pango can be quite effective because his ult doesn't really scale with items until you get Aghanims.
The battle begins.
And it looks like it's just going to be a very safe bounty in trade. No fighting yet. We've got a bit of Royce versus Russ mid. They're on the same team before, and now they're against each other mid. This should be fun. And I'm interested to see what a support Pango can do. Because I've seen it here and there, over the months.
Rollinator does play pos for Pango for sure. He has a lot of luck, luck and good games with it as being a support.
Hoodwink doesn't have a high amount of base damage, but it does have 4 armor. I think Hoodwink's also an agi hero. So 3.6 agi game does help you right clicking a little bit. So Kinder doing a lot of damage to Hoodwink. I'm not sure I would take level 1 Inkswell, to be honest, if I was playing this matchup. Whoa, that does a lot of damage. Rank 1 Acorn shot. Bones damage 50, and it does your base damage 75%. They did a good chunk of damage for only 75 mana. See how Ross versus Roids is going. Ross is taking a lot of damage here. Going Blight sending it to Pudge, a hero who basically has no armor. It's quite smart, actually. Oh, better put those cams on. Forgot about that. And
What's some predictions?
alright, you're casting.
Yeah, and also Inhouse hasn't happened in a while, so you tend to get out of the usual rhythm, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a lot to set up. I know. It's okay, cameras are on now. Royd's last hitting away. At the moment, no lane is showing any signs of really early aggression. Royd is already hitting the tier 1 tower quite early on. Not that scared of Rollinator. His trades a hit with them. 68 damage on a level 2 Bloodseeker with 7 armor. Already has a Wraith Band. Rollinator is not doing well in that exchange at all. The Rollinator has 5 tangos and the salve. He does have the advantage. Bloodright is used. Bloodright immediately gets rid of the Battle Hunger. JC should have waited for the Bloodright to finish because it was about to secure a last hit. But Deutsch now has no tangos at all, no regen. Wobber has 2 tangos only. And JC is already about to pick up his Ring of Health. In terms of regen, they are fine. Oh, Ross puts an extra point into Hook. I guess it lowers the Hook cooldown, increases the damage a bit. Thought you'd level up the Rot first though. Maybe that's not quite correct. We're chasing Rollinator. Is this going to be First Blood? First Blood for Rollinator. He has to run out of the Blood Rights. He just gets right click to death. One more right click, and that will be First Blood. Wobber takes down the famous Pangolier.
Took them out of the lane for a bit, I suppose, and so...
Yeah, some space created, that's true. But Doige needs those early levels because it gives him more ranks of thirst, so he can get more heal every time he gets a last hit. Doesn't scale massively, from 11% to 14%. I think JC is now a little bit out of position. Frost Armor goes up, but they don't have enough Disable to connect the Blood Rights. That's why I don't feel like Lich is necessarily the best partner. But never mind, he just uses rank 2 Frost Blast, which does 200 damage. What a powerful spell Frost Blast is. 200 damage at level rank 2 of it. I know it costs quite a lot of mana, but still, that takes a massive chunk out of JC's life. Looks like bot lane's going pretty well for the Radiant. Every other lane, pretty passive, pretty similar.
Did not catch you littering, bro.
It's the off-laners who are struggling a little bit with last hit. It's only 10 on JCA, 12 on Tim. We'd like to see what build Tim decides to go for. Because Underlord has quite a lot of freedom. The tends just to stack auras and get tanky. JCA getting close to the Vanguard definitely will help in the bot lane. Battle Hunger onto Wobber. Rank 2 Battle Hunger. I can't remember if JCA plays Axe before. But oh, nice deny from Wobber. That's going to stop the Battle Hunger a little bit. But I like 2 ranks of Battle Hunger. I think it adds quite a lot of damage to the spell. It can really help crash supports out the lane.
Really annoying.
Very, very annoying. Until you rush those Tranquil Boots, which he's getting close to. JCA trading with Doige, but Doige is happy to go in. He's getting quite a bit of move speed. Bloodright doesn't connect again. They just don't have the lockdown for Bloodright. Maybe you take an early rank Sinister Gaze to pull them into the Bloodright. That's maybe what I'd be thinking about. Instead of using Frost Shield, use Sinister Gaze. And again, quite a passive start. Assuming it will pick up soon. At the moment, it's just everyone farming. But JCA with the least last at 17. And the most is actually double, but thankfully also on his team. That is Roids.
Bloodseeker? Have you been more?
Now they have the Sinister Gaze. Axis tries to TP out. Great reaction from JCA. Realizes that as soon as the Sinister Gaze is gone, he can TP straight out of there. However, that means he's going to miss even more farm. Doige is low, but he heals up a little bit every time he gets a last hit. 77, in fact.
Oh, Ross mid.
It's a sizable heal. Mid, Ross is okay.
Oh.
Causing quite a lot of damage to him.
The refractions are up there. Can afford to go under the tower a little bit, I suppose.
Hook does not connect. They try.
Not Dendy, not Dendy.
They try, but there's no connection. Tim actually gets a kill on Kinder in the top lane. Glad tries to get a kill on Ed, but Ed just scurries away. He's still chasing him. I'm not sure he's going to find him. He does get the slow. One more hit.
Oh,
Wow, he finds him. I mean, I guess it's and the tip as well. However, in the meantime, Rollinator does find a kill on Doid, so a bit of revenge in the bot lane too. So all the action happens all at the same time. But now mid, it looks like it's the end for Ross. Ross has to go straight into his ultimate, takes away the refraction charges, but he's just going to get slowed by the trap. He can go for the hook, but Royd's still going to get the kill. That's a massive, massive boost for Royds now. Max rank refraction really going to give him that damage. Looks like he's going an Ogre Axe first. Is that going to be rushed BKB, or do you think he's going to play Dragon Lance?
Dragon Lance. I think it's a Dragon Lance. That's.
I'm not a fan of Dragon Lance too.
Yeah, that build now here. Because it makes your side blades literally hit from like one ancient to the other.
They're going in on Royds aggressively. But Rollinator turns up here. They get the disarm. They get the minus armor as well coming up from Pango. And Royds goes, Ross goes straight down. Wobber TP's in. He will be okay. It's a little bit too late. Pango, even as a support, he provides Orb of Corrosion and Lucky Shot. If both of them proc at the same time, that's -7 armor. Put that on top of the 5 from Mel. And this 3 armor Pudge is well into the negatives. Maybe -9 armor?
I mean,
like
Ross died, TP'd into his tower to die again. So he has to do the Walk of Shame. And 2, he has literally just hit, oh my god, his tower's just died as well.
7 minutes in, tower died because Rollinator had a good rotation. And all he really needs is Swashbuckle plus Orb of Corrosion. He is a potent roamer. Left JCA to get a bit of farm. Wobber's going to be okay. I can't see a problem here. Tim and Ed managed to find another kill in the top lane. Tim is going for Yule's Rush. I think rushing Yule's makes sense when you're against Ursa. Get those Yules up as quickly as possible. And also, rushing Voidstone does give you quite a lot of regen. Glad has his overpower up. He's trying to get some hits off on Tim. But Tim seems to be fairly fast. Never mind, Glad gets a couple of hits off, but that's all it's going to be. So nothing really to worry about. Hook misses again in the mid lane, but they have so much vision. That's why he can't get the hooks. Because Sonic traps just reveal him everywhere he goes. And Royd is so far ahead in last hits. 63 last hits. The Ross is 38. However, never count Pudge out of it. All Pudge needs is a couple of good hooks into towers, and he can easily come back. Oh, Tim. Nice deny there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. I feel sad for them.
JCA feels like he should be safer than he needs to be. He doesn't really know where the enemy are. He's just going to be farming the jungle. Has the money for his Vanguard. Looks like there's a fight in the top lane. Hooklink gets away on about 2 HP.
Yeah.
Ross goes in, but immediately his ult gets countered by Kinder's Surprise, taking a massive meld strike. He's actually going to die to the Phantom Embrace. Phantom Embrace gets a kill. We have a lot of heroes TP to top here. Rollinator does the absolute most massive swashbuckle of all time. Still doesn't go down. Tim's going to be the 3rd casualty of war. Is it going to be another Phantom Embrace kill? No, Glad will get that last hit. That is 4 kills for the Dire. All at once. 4. They didn't have 4 heroes up here, did they? Because, oh no, they did. Rollinator managed to TP out, so it was 4v4. JCA is just chilling in the bot lane. He's happy to get his Blink Dagger as quickly as he can. And Doige just trying to get some of his own farm. Having a look at the net worth, look how far ahead this TA is. That's the 2nd tier 1 tower down before the 10-minute mark. It's a 3k lead already. Already has a Dragon Lance. Like you said, it does add quite a lot of attack range, and for a hero whose attack range is this poor, not a bad thing. It means you don't have to level up Sideblades either. Why level up Sideblades when you've already got a Dragon Lance? That's the same as leveling it up.
It also combines with the level 10 talent of the range. The fact that...
oh, there's a range talent.
That it can hit for like a very long distance.
Did he ping? He pinged the neutral item that he knew was there and he didn't pick it up?
Yeah, I think he's leaving it for Rollinator.
Well, I'm assuming he knows about it. We've got the treads now on TA. Will he go straight for Deso? Will he go BKB? Will he go Blink? Obviously, Dragon Lance delays your build just a little bit, but giving you that much longer attack range is nice to have.
swiftly to the temple's defense.
You've got Glad second on net worth on the Ursa, also going for Diffusal Ursa, which is quite popular. JCA, who just gets a kill the second I look at him. He's decided to get
Beep beep.
he's decided to go for Vanguard before his Blink Dagger, but he's actually managed to go up in net worth as well because he was left alone for ages. And that's really good for Axe because it's allowed him to catch up. He's looking towards the last tier 1 tower already for the Dire team. 5k gold net worth already. And they take Roids down. Note the hook does not connect. That means Radiant have lost most of their way to engage. Sonic Trap sees her between the trees. But Tim is here. We're going to get the Sharpshooter onto Axe. Going to do a lot of damage. Is JC going to fall down? Yes, he does. Fast on doing just enough damage. Roland's ult is buying some time. I think it's time for the Dire team to leave because Radiant have committed a lot of heroes here. There's no way that hook's going to connect. Not quite far enough range. 1300 range, but it was still too far. But the bot tower still went down to the catapult, which means Dire only lost JCA, but took the last tier 1 tower. So I'd say it's a win for them even so. And Act is a mere 500 gold away from his Blink Dagger. And TA still holding 2,000 gold. I want to see if it's going to be a Desolator. Or is it going to be a Blink Dagger? Or something else entirely? You never know with Roids. Oh, they found Doid. Doid's in trouble. You've got the Ink Swell on Roids, and that's going to be an easy kill. Didn't even need the Ink Swell. But always nice to have a little move speed boost.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Roche already. Wow.
Roche already. Tim is just trying to push the tower, but he doesn't have his ultimate. Level 9 Tim without ult. JC is just running at Tim. Not an easy hero to kill. Tim has Yules anyway. You can always Yules JCA. I mean, he's nearly in kill range. One more attack and that's actually an ultimate. But meanwhile, while the time was being bought, Roids now picks up the Aegis. Hook misses again. Ross not on top of the hooks this game. He is 0-3-1, but you have a 5-0-3 Templar Assassin with... Did you have double damage rune? Maybe I dreamt that.
No, the
Oh, Pudge had one, right?
Ross, yeah,
Ross had it. Oh, he's got double damage rune, yeah. Wrong, more brother.
Bottom tower is under
And Desolator is very nearly up in the TA. Desolator with max rank meld. It's going to do a lot of damage. That's, how much armor reduction? Minus 14 armor. And then Pangolier can provide minus 6 minus another 3. So that's 23 armor. Minus 23 armor coming out from 2 heroes. That's like a Slardar equivalent. And that's all his ultimate does. Pretty scary. JC is going for an interesting combo of items. Parables first and then Manta. So he still wants to play a little bit like that core axe, that carry axe. I guess it's just the best way to do damage on axe, but I'm still a fan of getting blade mail and other tanky items if you're playing +3. Anyway, Desolator is up. We're going to start on a tier 2 tower already. They do have Glyph. They're going to drop Glyph straight away. They actually lose the Courier because of it, with the Blink Dagger on it. Unfortunately, it flew into the tower, which then did the multi-shot. So that is not good. Him is trying to defend. Yules into Pit of Malice. JCA, though, he's quite tanky. He has the Vanguard. Got to be careful. He could get hooked. Nope, hook misses again. JCA just going back and forth. The Radiant took 3 heroes to the bot lane to defend their tier 2. That lets the Dire just farm all of the jungle that they want. You got to be careful about this Ursa. He is getting pretty close to Diffusal Blade now. I'm not sure what the best call is for the Radiant. What do you think they should do?
I don't know. Maybe group, I suppose. Like,
yeah, I'm thinking the same. I mean, you've got Pudge, you've got the pick off there. Group up with the Hoodwink with the Bloodseeker. You know, you can get some kills if you all go together.
yeah. Has there been a Lich ult? I can't recall anything.
No, I don't think there's been a Lich ult. Maybe Hoodwink and Lich have roam with the Pudge. The 3 of them go together. You know, that's an easy kill then. Bushwhack into hook. Guaranteed hook. Because the Bushwhack stun is quite long, isn't it? 2.4 seconds. Definitely long enough to guarantee a kill. JC taking a lot of damage from Tim. He's going to be okay. Out comes the hook. Nope, Kim dodges it. Every single player in the Dire team on point with these dodges.
Oh!
They get the stun.
Here we go.
Okay, saw him. It's going to be okay. Drops the ult as well. Gets yours. Gonna follow it up. There's a hook. And the hook into the sharpshooter will finally secure a kill for the Radiant. They might find some others. Doige is in, but look at the damage Rolling does. It's going to stun the entire enemy team. Rolling through literally everyone. JCA, however, will still go down to Doige, and Doige does heal up because of that. But Rolling, he's going very aggressive. Wobber trying to keep him off Doige. But the damage from Kinder is just too high. That max rank Inkswell stunned him for absolutely ages. Hoodwink is able to escape using Scurry. But that fight turned around quite quickly. From what looked like a good fight from the Radiant, I think the biggest impact was definitely coming from Rollinator. In fact, he did the most damage that fight. He went to Medallion, so taking even more minus health, but the damage coming out from Hoodwink. Is it going to be worth it though? I think Hoodwink's still able to escape. Scurry having 2 charges is ridiculous. Can never ever catch that hero. So it was a trade for a trade, but Rollinator is only a pos 4. Killing a pos 4 Pango that you lose your mid hero, I don't think that trade is worth it. He's even further away from his Blink Dagger now. And JCA just given the free farm to do whatever he wants. 9k gold lead already for the Dire, 16 minutes in. Even though there's only 6 kills between them, it's not actually a lot of kill difference. Let's have a look at last hits to see if that explains it. Yeah, there we go. 150 last hits on Roids, and next is only 92. They're going to try it. They hook him. They're going very hard on Royce, but he does have the Aegis, so I don't think this is a good fight for the Radiant. Rollinator's already getting his ult off, but in fact, he's been ruptured. Rupturing the Pango is good, but they still get the Inkswell stun off. I think Rollinator might go down. Nope, he will find the kill on Tim. Aegis is broken, but there's no other. They hook him under the tower, and he doesn't care. He's just popping the haste through and just charging at Ross. Look at the damage he does. Meld Strike, easy kills. Tips his brother, because why wouldn't he? I think you have a free pass on tipping your brother.
Yeah.
I certainly would. And just another absolute wipeout. The fact that they had Aegis on Roids meant that even though they hooked him, they weren't ever going to bring him down. And he is a level 16 TA. The highest level on the Radiant is 11. I don't know what they're hoping for now on the Radiant. Maybe if they dive too far, they can get some pickoffs, but I think all the Dire need to do now is control the entire map, take the outpost, ward up aggressively, take the last tier 2 towers, maybe wait for next Roche, pick up the free shard, Aegis and Cheese. Is there any hero who's desperate for a shard? Get silence on trap and more traps with TA, not super good. Ursa shard, probably the best.
Grimstroke, Inkswell heal.
Pango shard. Hands down, Pango shard is the best shard.
Oh yeah, the roll up.
Yeah, free BKB for a little bit of time, and you can just use it in the middle of your ult. Guarantee a double hit. You don't even need to find something to roll into. You just roll up and crash back into them. I think it's the best, one of the best Ag shards out there. But I think Ursa's is a close contender. Although Axe, of course, needs his shard to do the carry build. But he's got to get Manta before that's really worth it.
The Radiant's bottom tower has seen better days. Dire's top tower is under.
Second tier 2 tower's gone down. Tim's just trying to take a tier 1. Have you seen the net worth difference between the top Radiant and the top Dire hero? It's really tragic.
No, I don't want to look.
13k on the TA. And what have you got on the Radiant? 6k on the Bloodseeker? I mean, the tier 3 tower's nearly already gone. The entire Radiant team are TPing back. Oh, we got the stun on Roids. There's a chance again. They're popping literally everything on him. They've ulted him, they've ruptured him, dismembered, but then they get the most massive Inkswell. It stuns the entire Radiant team for so much time. But I think Roids is still going to go down. In fact, he does go down. Nice lit shot. We'll get a kill on JCA. Kinder drops his ult just a little bit too late. And Rollinator trying to do what he can. Glad. Is he able to get Tim? Yes, he is. Can he escape, though? Tower's doing a lot of damage to him. Tower will get the kill. Rollinator kills the tower a little bit too late. Trying to get the roll onto Ross. Does get one stun. Won't get another. Gets ulted. But then the ult actually stuns him as he gets pulled in. Oh, and he TPs out while he's rolling, so he will escape. So Radiant, they do manage to hold their base. But only just, and they did lose the tier 3 tower. But you know, any kill is a good kill. Ross picks up a couple of stacks of Flesh Heap. Time for the Radiant to move out, maybe reclaim some of their jungle. They know that there's going to be some aggressive wards. They need to start dewarding them. They don't have any sentries on Wobber. Who's the other support? Hoodwink also has no sentries. They need to get some sentries up ASAP. Royd straight back out. Quicksilver amulet ready to go. Went for the evasion talent. Not sure if he really needs that talent, to be honest, but...
Well, you never know.
Oh, Wobber's in trouble. But Royd realises he's not going to bite off more than he can chew, and correctly goes back. Got to be careful, though. He could have been hooked by Ross. The Rollinator's going in. You've got the ult on Ross. Royd has to stand still. The hook combo does a lot of damage, but not enough, because Royd sits there with the BKB. Wobber's Glim is going to save him yet again. Never mind, they drop a sentry. He's going to be the only casualty. In fact, the Radiant managed to back off very well from that fight. They did commit the Rupture, which is now down for another 55 seconds. Looks like another fight is still going on here. Hoodwink is finally caught. He tries to go into the trees, but there's not a lot of trees down here. And so JC blinks on top, finds the Berserker's Call, and brings that very evasive hero down. I think this is going to be Rax gone. I can't see any way they're going to survive this. They should have waited for the Pit of Malice for the hook. They also have an Atos. So they had a lot to combo into the hook, but they just fired the hook out blindly. I think that's a bit of a miscommunication.
Too much of a keen bean.
But for some reason, even 4 versus 5, they've decided, we're not going to go for your Rax. We're going to back off. We're going to maybe think about Roche, which is literally respawning as we speak. And there it is. Roche with the cheese and the free Ag Shard, which is another 1400 net worth just given to a player. Give it to JCA, so when his Manta's up, he'll have his Ags ready. His Manta Ag Shard all ready to go. Net worth of Roy just increases. Dire have smoked. There are only 3 heroes. Do they want to go in? Looks like there's 2 teams smoked. Everyone is gathering around Roche. This is going to be a big fight. Ursa's already started Roche. They've scanned. They know they're there.
No.
There's the hook. They hook out the Ursa. Ursa pops Sword immediately. And Ross actually uses Dismember. So Dismember already wasted. The Lich Ult is bouncing around doing a lot of damage. Hoodwink Salt does connect onto JC. The Lich Ult is still going mad. In fact, I think JC is going to die because of it. But Rollinator, with the help of Kinder Surprise, does manage to find a kill onto Tim. So far it's 2 versus 3. The fight is still going on all over the place. Drop down the Blood Right, doesn't connect. Glad has the Blink Dagger now on Ursa, so Blink's over the Blood Right, manages to find a kill on Doid. Wobber trying to escape, does have Sinister Gaze, also has Glimmer Cape. So I think maybe we'll be okay. Scurry used from Hoodwink and will escape. Never mind, we've got Blink on Rollinator. He actually manages to connect again with Wobber. But Wobber with Max Rank Frost Shoot actually brings him into the tower, may find a kill. Yeah. Wobber went a little bit, not Wobber. Rollinator went too far.
Wow.
Excellent play. But, you know, in the end, it's okay. You're only a POS 5, POS 4 on the Pango. You can do that if you want to. Now they can just go back and take Roche. Or can they? The Radiant team are up pretty quick. And Roche is nearly at full HP again. But can the Radiant get there in time? In fact, they are running straight to it, but they're running over Sonic traps. They haven't cleared out every Sonic trap. They fire out a hook. Doesn't connect to JCA.
He is going Daedalus. Because why not?
Oh yeah, get some damage. Oh, the Bushwhack doesn't connect because yours is used by Tim. I think there's a bit of miscommunication there again. And now Rollinator is back alive. He is, yeah, same level as the Grimstroke. There's just a massive level disparity between Roids and everyone else. He's 4 levels ahead of everyone. Ross has now missed his hook. And they're all gathering around Roche. Attention is building.
I know.
Nothing's really happening. They're going back every now and then, farming maybe a few creeps. Dire have the advantage though, because they've got a lot more towers up. They've got tier 1 tower here. They've got both outposts. They've got tier 1 tower in the bot lane. So they have a nice advantage. They're going to push back on that wave once the tower finishes killing those creeps.
Well, we know that Radiant are not going to leave the triangle when Roche is up. They're not.
They smoke.
Oh,
5-man smoke. Now, JC is revealed in the top lane. So are they just going to go for kill axe? They draw an arrow and actually go between the 2 heroes. JC on one side, I think he's in a lot of trouble. He's been found by Hoodwink. Goes into the trees. Does he blink away? No, he does not blink in time. He is definitely going to go down. But he does tank the 5-man smoke gank. And so the Dire are just going to capitalize on that by trying to split push as much as possible.
I assume that, like, with having this pick off, that Dire probably wouldn't go to Roche or to try and take it if a member of their team is down. So I suppose it worked out, because if they go to split push, then Radiant can try and get Roche.
They may actually try, but Sonic Trap goes straight in, so they do know that they're here. But they're not going to take Roche at the moment because they're just so scared. Even though they have a kill on Axe, they know that Ursa's in the bot lane, but they're just so far behind in net worth. They're not really comfortable fighting at the moment.
TA's got her Daedalus as well. I feel sick just thinking about
the amount of damage.
One shot.
Yeah, -3 meld armor reduction from the level 20 talent. There's just so much damage that she's capable of doing. Going for Hurricane Pipe, which is interesting. Maybe needing to just create a little bit of space. Also does give you just a 4-star, which you can use on yourself or allies or even enemies. Absolutely free TA game. It has been a bit that way. 11-1-6 TA. If TA can get her hands on another Aegis, I think it's going to be the end. But Radiant have managed to slow this game down. It's Dire's turn for a pickoff.
Wobber, run!
But Wobber has managed to tank the gank. Not bad. In fact, he Glimmer Capes very early. He may actually escape. Glimmer Cape's about to run down. Ross blinks straight in on Roids. Is Rollinator going to drop his ult? Yes, he is. I think Roids going to be okay. Out comes the Inkswell.
Oh,
the ult, the Lich ult does not do a lot. Ross has the haste runes. He's going to escape. Tim's going to bring Ross out of there.
Okay.
How did they get a kill on the Hoodwink? Was that JCA finding it maybe solo? Not sure. JCA's changed his item build quite a lot. I mean, he's got a Yasha and he's got an Ogre Axe. There's a buyback from the Hoodwink.
And the Lich, okay.
Okay, that's a full buy. They really don't want to leave Roche. They absolutely can't stand the thought of the enemy team getting the free Aegis, which I think is correct. But it means that they have to throw literally everything they have to stop Roche going down. And
I think that whatever happens at Roshan is probably the make or break of the game, to be honest.
It is. I really don't understand why I haven't taken Roche. Well, because the Radiant won't let them. They are throwing everything they have at Roche the whole time. All Dire really need is maybe 20 seconds uncontested, and Roche is theirs. Looks like Ross is going to look for a pick-off. He just goes straight in, thinks on Kinder's surprise. Kinder's going to go down, Hoodwink Colt, which completely misses, and Kinder's actually alive. And then Rollinator gets a bit of time to go. Kinder is going to go down. JC comes in with the call. Glad doing a lot of damage to Ross. That's the tankiest hero, but he's popped his BKB. He actually manages to get out. Never mind, Royds turns up, picks up the kill. Royds gets stunned by Bushwhack, but now he's doing a massive double crit.
They stood in a line. They stood in a line
and he did a 1000 crit. Finally, they can take the Roshan.
Goodness me.
Yes, they picked off Kinder, but missing the Hoodwink. Oh, it really hurt them. And this is an absolutely massive Roche. You've got Aegis for Roids. In fact, Roids takes the shard. Roids takes the shard.
Immortality.
I'm quite surprised at that because I felt like either JC or Glad should. Glad already has his own shard, so Roids says, "Okay, I'm going to take it."
Yeah,
it does give him 4 more traps. That means you can place 15 Sonic traps, which is a ridiculous amount. Also, up to a 3.5-second silence, and it gives more vision. So the traps give so much vision now. It's going to be a pain for the Radiant to try and de-ward it. They don't have a gem, and they don't really have a way of getting a gem and keeping it. Look at the difference between TA and everything else. Level 23 to level 17. 21,000 net worth to 11,000. It's just winning it everywhere. And as soon as I say that, Roids gets hooked in, but it's going to be fine. Never mind. Rollinator decides to go in, but he's gone in completely ahead of his entire team. So he realizes that a bit of a miscommunication, so he is going to go back. You've also got the Ag Shard on Grimstroke. 40% more damage, 40% more healing, and a strong dispel. The Dire are still playing a little bit passive. I feel like with a 20k gold net worth lead at 30 minutes, you just charge into the racks and take them. I don't feel like the Radiant are going to be able to stop you.
Yeah, I feel like you also want to make use of the Aegis as well.
They've still got time, but they're just so far ahead. I mean, they've got everything on every hero, all of the main items. I don't know what Axe is trying to build. Is JC going for BKB, or is he going for Manta? But, nonetheless, they've got the engage. They've got, you know, the team fight. They miss the Berserker's Call. Tim keeps himself alive. He tries to drop his ultimate, Dark Rift, but he goes straight down. No chance we're going to live. You are going to get a Hoodwink ult going to Axe, doing a fair bit of damage. Rollinator, he gets ulted. He's ruptured, so he does have to cancel his roll. Hook onto Glad. There's not going to be enough. JC trying to bring Ross back. He brings him really far back. The Lich ult goes out, but it doesn't really do a lot. Ross ulting Roids, but you know what happens if you ult Roids? He's just going to come back to life. In fact, he's going to be fine anyway. Buyback immediately from Doige. Doige is already at half HP. Running around, only level 14. They get the hook on Roids, but he does get Ink Swelled. And just kills Lich in about one auto attack.
I feel as if, like, if you're a Pudge.
Oh, Roids, is he going to go down? Yeah, he does get killed by Roids. Roids? Doige. Another good hook. I mean, the hooks are pretty much constant, but you see Kinder always throwing off the Ink Swell, and they are so scared of the Ink Swell. They know that it's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to stun them. It's going to heal the target at the end and dispel them. Even if they get a hook under tier 4 towers, it's just not enough. I think Dire are finally realizing how far ahead they are. Tim comes back to life, gets killed in about 1 second.
God.
I mean, 10 armor is just not going to cut it. The hooks aren't enough. Constant hooks, but it's just not good enough. Another hook, but look, the Ink Swell is instant. Kinder surprise, 4-star in. JC actually also manages to find Doige. Pulls him out of the base. That's going to be game. Well played by the Dire. And then a hook, another hook. Now this is the main hook, because you finally get them into the fountain. And in fact, does his Aegis, did it expire? Or, oh, he already was procced. Oh, I didn't realise his Aegis was coming. Wasn't paying enough attention to that. Getting a final kill on his brother is always a good thing. Ross immediately puts BKB, finally hooks in Kinder, but Kinder still Ink Swells himself. I'm glad he's doing a lot of damage. Ross, nice call. Keeping Ross in position. Is that enough to kill him? He's on 1 HP. He actually walks back into the base. Oh, and another hook into the fountain. Nice Sinister Gaze. I mean, this game is just being delayed yet again by the Dire doing silly plays. And now Kinder's going to go down. Nice 4-star, but then he gets
What an absolute clown fiesta.
It was. And after all that, they still haven't won the game, so we thought it was GG, but not quite because of those endless hooks, a couple into the fountain. However, it's still 22,000 net worth lead. They've only got 1 set of racks left. Most of their base is looking pretty empty. And the Dire, they're still hiding behind a tier 1 tower in the mid lane, both outposts. 24,000 gold on the TA, who's level 25 and has +8 refraction instances. Ooh. I feel like it's going to be a pretty uphill struggle for the Radiant now. They're going to have to be constantly defending their lanes. Ross's BKB is on the lowest duration as well. Ursa getting pretty close to picking out Abyssal Blade. It is a disaster, I agree. The problem with this Bloodseeker is, look, he's only level 14. He is the lowest level. Imagine being level 14 and there's a level 25 in the game. I mean, it's 322 XP PM. 323, no, it's okay. He's got away from 322. He actually picks up the tome, uses it to nearly get level 16. Heroes of Newerth did something actually quite interesting with the tome. They implemented a tome, but the lower level you are compared to the rest of your team, the more XP it gives, to try and incentivize the low level heroes picking up the tome, rather than the cores being greedy and taking it, which is a big problem in that game. Cores being greedy.
Proper skags.
Well, Dire still have a massive lead. I'm waiting for them to push it. There's been a smoke. Radiant have left their base quite risky. They've got a big creep wave going bot. They're going to have to attend to that at some point. Tim taking out the wave mid. We blink him. We're going on Royce. We get the Ink Swell on him. Ink Swell will give him that strong dispel soon. And he gets the BKB off as well. But he gets hooked by Ross. Actually, he's going to die. Ross right kicks him to death. And that's a kill on Royce. That's worth 800 gold. JC does get the call in, but only on Tim. This is not looking good for the Dire. Is this game going to go on even longer? Have the Radiant finally managed to win a fight? Sinister Gaze holding Glad in place. Glad is in a lot of trouble. Gets ulted by Ross. And actually goes down. They kill both of the cores.
What is happening?
And the Hoodwink manages to escape as well. Radiant managed to kill both the cores on the Dire despite how massive their net worth lead was. That's a 4,000 gold change, and now they're on the map, actually going to push some towers.
Wow.
I mean, if this is a comeback, this is the most, insane comeback of all time. The Radiant are so far behind, like ridiculously far behind.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is
They used the glyph, because of course Dire have been holding it all game long. They've still got both outposts on the Dire. JCA is looking for 3-man call. You go in 3-man call with the Inkswell. Max Inkswell, that is so much damage. Rollinator goes in with the Rolling Thunder. Radiant grouped up. They made a massive mistake grouping up against an Axe. Ross is trying to get a kill onto Kinder Surprise. In fact, the Lich Ult might do it. The Lich Ult just bouncing back and forth. Never mind, what a turnaround. That Lich Ult completely deleted them. Now the Dire have 5 buybacks. If Radiant managed to take a Raxid, this would be the biggest comeback of all time. Wobber gets 3 tips for that. How much damage did he do with that ultimate? Well, he did 5,000 damage in that fight.
Moly! Look at Dice's face! He's like laughing, oh my god.
That's the perfect person to have on camera at the moment.
This game...
At first I was scolding them for grouping up. And then look what happens like a second later. Lich Ult thrown down and just deletes the entire enemy team. He also has a Veil of Discord, which is not picked up by a lot of Liches. That does add 14, 16%, no 18%, even higher. He also went for the 100 Chain Frost damage talent, although he may have picked that up after that play he just did there. However,
Refresher Shard.
They do manage to take Roche yet again. That means they have Refresher Shard. They've got Aegis yet again, so Royds now has another Aegis to hide behind, and Royds has an Aghanim Scepter. He actually has nowhere to put it at the moment, and that allows him to TP around.
Who's going to take the Refresher Shard, though? I would say probably Grim or...
There's not a lot to take it. If you leave it to Axe, he can actually Berserker's Call into Berserker's Call. Wow. Wobber, after that pod play, gets killed in 1 hit by the by the Templar Assassin. Oh no, the Dire, they're just killing the Radiant. The Radiant had such good plays for a while, and now they're just getting picked off. That's no buyback on 2 heroes. 120 seconds dead. Imagine after having such an amazing such an amazing team fight, they then just throw it away by being all over the place. Look how quickly the Dire go in. Great bushwhack from Hoodwink, but it's not going to be enough. Tim's going to have to buy back straight away. Ursa has the cheese, he's not going down anytime soon. But Ursa has the Refresher Shard, which I don't think is the most useful area to have it on. The Inkswell's Strong Dispel is just too much. Inkswell these targets and they go in. Nice use of Heaven's Halberd. He's easily going to get killed. You pop the ult onto Rollinator, but you know what the problem is? This is the massive problem. They picked Bloodseeker to counter a POS 4 hero. They did not expect Pangolier to be POS 4. And they over-countered him with their core. And that was a massive mistake in the draft. And great bait there. Oh, the ult does connect with Pango. But he is going to be okay. He's got Tranquil Boots as well. So he's healing up pretty quick. Finally, it's Megas. 39 minutes in. I mean, a great attempt by Radiant. They nearly had some semblance of a comeback. JCA blinks in. They finally get a Hoodwink. Nice use of Glimmer Cape. In fact, they have no detection. He gets out. No problem. Is that AFK or is he baiting on purpose? I think he's baiting on purpose. Force Staff is broken by his ult.
TP. Oh my goodness.
They said try and take people outside the base. I mean, stop Fountain Farming, guys, and take the tier 4s. I mean, Ross is dead for so long. They're not scared of being hooked into the tower. They're going to try and go on Royds, but he's got the BKB, he's got the Aegis. He doesn't really need Agnums now. He's in the enemy base. What good is Agnums here? I guess he can go back to base and TP in. JCA goes in yet again with the blink, taking a lot of damage. It's just about going to be fine. Bushwhack and his ultimate. Sharpshooter does no damage when he's got the fraction. Out comes the Lich Ult with the shard. He does get 1 kill, but that's only going to drop the Aegis. Rollinator's in a little bit of trouble. Ross has now TP'd, or respawned. Trying to get a kill on Glad, but uses his ultimate into the Enrage. That is not a good use. Cheese goes out, JCA gets the call, bringing Ross a bit closer, he's going to go down. He does have buyback, actually going to buy straight back. Every single Radiant hero is still alive. They are trying their hardest, but no one can kill Royce. They do get the bushwhack on him, but he gets dispelled yet again by the Ink Sword. Kindle uses the Ink Sword absolutely on point, and the Lotus Orb too. They can't bring Voids down. Did you see how long that Dismember lasted? Cancelled immediately by Phantom's Embrace. I mean, Kinder is hands down MVP of this game. He's been that hero in the back, saving his team. Nice Hoodwink Sharptooth is not going to be enough. And TA just goes, TP's back, TP's out using his Aggro Scepter. Deacon comes straight back in, we get the call onto Wobber. Nice use of Yules. I mean, in the meantime, the base is going down, it's getting closer and closer to falling. And no one is here to kill this Ursa. We do have Dismember. Oh, we have another Lich Ult. The Lich Ult will get a kill, but the base is going to go down, and it's GG.
Okay, I mean, the Radiant, you know, they tried their best, and it was when they almost, you know, sort of. I mean, they were in such a huge deficit, and they tried their hardest. But the bit where they team wiped them, that was so pog.
You can see that on the net worth graph, how it's pretty consistently going in Dire's favour, and there's one little spike where they go up probably even 10,000 net worth. 10,000 net worth and XP, it's just not enough. They can't get quite enough momentum. They end up getting picked off in random places, so they really need to be careful. And there's a lesson for you. You see Rollinator, you think, he's going to play Pango, he's going to be mid, he's going to dominate. He ends up going Pos 4 Pango, and you picked Bloodseeker specifically for him. And all you do is you ult the Pos 4, but you can't waste your ult on the Pos 4, because then how are you going to stop Ursa and the Templar Assassin? So I think it was really clever drafting from the Dire, and yeah, excellent play all around. But I think Kinder was the unsung hero, because he was absolutely on point with his Ink Swells, and the Phantom's Embrace silences were just endlessly cancelling Pudge ult, you know, just time after time. So well done, Kinder. But yeah, really exciting game. Looks like Draken wins a few